free. Yeah, we're breaking free. No oppression is out for liberty. Breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting loud, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty. Breaking free, yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. We're claiming our land.
I hate this show. Oh my goodness.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Are You Smarter Than a Politician? This is the political cage match where bold ideas win and bad ideas get wrecked. Tonight, we're stepping into freedom and a purple battleground where power flips, tension dries, and your rights hang in the balance. We're diving into war powers, regime change, the war machine, the National Guard, gun rights. Here's some echo, but I think it's on. Yeah, it's on the phone. Thank you. We're live. You know, we're having our problems tonight. Not gonna lie. So stick with us.
It was just Russian interference. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
it's not the NSA listening. They're only half of my followers on X, I'm sure. So yeah, like I said, we're diving into war powers, regime change, an appropriate topic for bombing Iran today. And we're also talking about gun rights, medical choice, drug policy, also hitting inflation, taxes, housing, tariffs, corporate overreach, and much more. Three notable political minds step into the arena to defend their answers. Does division protect liberty or slowly erode it? Tonight, get ready because you decide, are they smarter than a politician? Joining us for the second time this week, my friend, Dave Crance. He is the chair of LP Nova, that's lpnova.org. On X, they're LP Nova, and he is on X at Dave Crance. How are you tonight, Dave?
Doing good and glad to be back.
Excellent.
Long time no see.
Yeah, no doubt. At least it's in person this time.
Finally.
Am I scarier or less scary in person?
That's a tough question. Well, let the audience decide that. I'm
right, yeah.
useful.
That's fair. All right. And joining us for the first time, Hailey Dollar. She is running for U.S. House of Representatives. Her campaign website, if you want to throw her some money, is dollar4va.com. Instagram, she's Dollar for Congress. Facebook, Hailey Dollar Campaign. And on X, she is Dollar4va. How are you tonight, Hailey?
I'm doing great. I got a nap. We got a lot done today at the convention, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So no complaints. I'm ready to go.
Excellent.
Why didn't you ask me the same question
Well,
about if you're scary or not?
you haven't seen the show. You're one of the millions that haven't seen the show.
There's millions that haven't seen the show.
But probably billions, I think, if we're going to do math on it. Yeah. So, no, we're happy to have you. I've heard great things about you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you doing this. And last but not least, Michael Bartley. He's a former candidate for Virginia House of Delegates. His website, votebartley.com, and he's on Facebook at Michael D. Bartley. How are you tonight, Michael?
I'm doing well. I got a bunch of cats here to agree to a referendum. well, libertarians. Well, no difference.
What kind of referendum? Don't leave us hanging.
Anti-war. It was amazingly difficult to get us to go anti-war. I didn't know if you thought libertarians would be against bombing Iran or something, but it turns out we were.
I'm pretty anti-war myself, so I'm with you on that one. So congratulations on that. Thanks for speaking up. You gotta tell the war powers to go to hell. So,
But the economy.
well,
House over 5,000.
Well, actually, not anymore. That was over 5,000.
50,000.
What's that?
I think
Or 50,000. 50,000. It's been a long day. Give me a break. Any of my groups tell you math and reading are not my strong suit. So that's how I ended up being a game show host. So, all right. On that note, again, welcome to Are You Smarter Than a Politician? Please share this out on X or wherever you're at. You can follow me on X. I am at Smarter Game Show. Our lovely producer who's joining us via the internet from Florida. She is Terry Batts. She is Batts T76. Also, you saw Amity around here. There she is over there. Amity's been helping me with all these road shows. We've done 3 of them so far. We got a bunch left. She is Amity Lee 13, and my buddy out in Utah that helps me. Well, you guys won't believe that helps me press the right buttons. We have all the problems tonight. But Casey helps me set all the technical stuff up and has allowed me to do this. So thanks to Casey as well. Also want to announce next Friday night, I will be back in my home office doing this where it's much easier. And we are hosting a 3-hour fundraiser for You Are the Power. We're doing it wrestling style, gauntlet style. All these great people are coming on and trying to knock off the great Spike Cohen. So we're announcing them piece by piece. This week we announced the lovely Martha Bueno and Chef Andrew Gruel. So we have a great group. You can see them on the screen here. So we're really looking forward to it, hoping to raise a lot of money for You Are the Power. Sponsor-wise, if you're tired of surveillance coins pretending to be freedom tech, Xano is private by default and lets you turn what you own into secure digital assets you control, built for people who want freedom outside of the banking cartel. So if you believe in real freedom, visit intro.xano.org to learn more. And next up, talking about sponsors of this great convention, and Virginia Medical Freedom Alliance is defending your right to have informed consent in healthcare decisions. They stand against healthcare mandates to maintain your liberty and bodily integrity, live healthy, live with liberty and freedom. Really appreciate Virginia Medical Freedom Alliance sponsoring the show and the convention. And last but not least, we've got ducts. So if you have dirt, mold, construction debris, other contaminants that are recycling through the air system in your home, called ducts of Richmond South Side. They provide residential and commercial service to a wide area in Virginia. And if you got a pen out, here is the phone number: 804-720-2832. And if you're looking for Freedom Swag, you can visit our store at freedomsuperstore.com. We've got fun shirts like Amy was wearing earlier, the Buy Other Cars or Killdozer, or Make Anarchy Great Again, and you can get shirts and mugs there. So, all right, so since Trump ruined Peace Prizes, we decided we need to take Peace Prizes back. So the grand prize tonight is the virtual Are You Smarter Than a Peace Prize? Also on the prize shelf, we have Mike Johnson's signature cologne Swamp Ass, as well as the Ayn Rand teddy bear. And we also have the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician if you want to prove that to your friends and neighbors. We also have assorted libertarian bobbleheads. We've got Mosh up there. We've got the great Ron Paul and many more. And new this week, we're releasing a new game. This one's called Neo-Monopoly. And it's a game of global domination, and you see it unfolding in real time. So if you want to have that kind of fun at home, we've got the game Neo-Monopoly. And we also have another game called the Food Pyramid Scheme. And so if you want to pretend like we're doing healthy things for food, but really hand out subsidies and kill small farms, this is the game for you. And we also have the Trump random tariff generator.
And how this works is you pull the arm to generate a tariff, and he pulls the tariff out of his ass. So, also, we have the ICE agent training kit. If you're not equipped to be an ICE agent, we can teach you in just 15 minutes how to be an ICE agent. It comes with an honorary GED degree and lots of disguises. And we also have the action figures. If you want your action figures, do absolutely nothing. We have ones for you. And we can't get rid of this piece of crap. So somebody you literally have to take this tonight. This is the Trump nativity side that's been stinking up the prize shelf since like November. So somebody's got to take the tariff, get it here, and it's just awful. So please
I'm
take
done
it
with
from
you.
us. And of course, we have the Lego Killdozer. So nobody talks about the Killdozer more than in case. So we got that. All right, here's how the rules work. I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors, cut it, count. Life isn't fair. Suck it up, buttercup. Nobody cares. The rules are they could defeat each other. They could filibuster. I forgot to tell you, these rules are fake. They don't really mean anything at all. So and you start off with negative 500 points because the government gets paid first. Scoring. Here's how scoring works. You, the chat, controls the score. So if you're here live with us, pull out your phone. You can go to YouTube or X and keep score for us. You can give or take up to 100 points from the contestants. You could have a good reason, a funny reason, no reason at all. It all counts. And because I'm the government, I believe in crony capitalism. Subscribers can give or take up to 200 points. So anybody that subscribes to me on X, they get more because they pay me. So they get to give or take more points. So nuking scores. Any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it down by 1,000 points. That was a lot. This joke was a lot funnier before we went after a school in Iran today, but trust me, we have fun with it. But all right, let's jump into the chat real quick and see what is going on. All right, Chris, my buddy Chris is asking, is the war over? Oh, I mean, hi. Scientific Libertarian, another friend of mine. Turns out the show was mainly sponsored by Ali Khomeini. He's experiencing technical difficulties now. Torch is here. Welcome, Torch. Shirley joining us from across the pond. Mike's here. What's up, Mike? There's great. Oh, I forgot to thank Robbie. Robbie, thanks for having us out. Thanks to all of you for having us out. I'm scrambling. Who was that handsome Dave Crance? If I had $1 for every time I've gotten that question, I have several dollars. Chris says 200 to Michael because your wife in the chat said you deserve it because you have a beard.
Thanks, Amanda.
Robbie says if my shirt was any louder or brighter, I'm pretty sure he'd count as a flashbang. Yeah, that's true. There's Amity. Michael gets another 200 for the anti-war amendment. Badass. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate that. Hailey was my battle buddy in rock. That's cool. Welcome, PG.
Oh, good old medic reporter.
There you go. 100 to free for adding the Am I on Shrooms audio echo for Libertarian. Yeah, I'm trying not to do that, so I apologize.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. The chat will go after me hard.
LOL, I realized I was watching mobile stream and not this one. And it's awesome to me. Welcome, Harlan. You can do whatever you want. It's Libertarian. Daniel, what's up, buddy? 100 to Hailey for the uncontrollable giggles.
You're welcome.
Yeah. First 200 to Dave for being a 3-time loser. Go Hailey from Stevie Millions. American Bridge here, what's up? Appreciate you all. I want to see if I can turn it off. See if I'm actually echoing or what I'm doing, but.
I'll turn our phone audios up to check if you want.
I don't know. We'll just go with it. It's fun. All right. I think that's all I want to say. All right, so I'm going to add this back up, and we are ready to go. So first question is to Dave. Category, you'll be shocked here, so we wrote it this morning at about 4 o'clock in the morning. I started hearing about the bombings. The first category is war of the round. Should Congress be forced to formally declare war before any further escalation?
Congress should be declaring war, should be the only one declaring war. We shouldn't be taking unilateral actions. We shouldn't have presidents launching preemptive strikes end wars where it's not a defensive nature with it. This is something that's got to stop. Michael, I appreciate your amendment today. But we have got to put an end to this. We got to demand an end to this. We are in perpetual war that only makes the defense industry wealthy. It is not helping us as a people. And I think Congress has got to do their job and rein it in. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I've never seen them do their job.
Fair.
Welcome to late stage capitalism.
Cool.
All right, Hailey, to you, the question is, should the president be allowed to call for regime change in another nation as part of a military campaign?
So that's an interesting yet loaded question because it's all conducive to an obnoxious amount of variables when it comes to national security. You know, one of my many degrees, I'm addicted to education. My second master's is in emergency and disaster management with a concentration on homeland security. Is there an echo?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
A little louder maybe, but.
A little louder. I think it'd be too loud. But anyways, moving on. So it's complex because, you know, in my experience, wars that are fought, all of my friends that were killed or ended up inevitably dying after due to mental illness that stems from it. And the fact that our government is not taking care of veterans, it's not taking care of its very own. I think that at this point, until we start to shape up shop and close ranks in the many federal agencies that are complicit in waste and all kinds of predatory behaviors within themselves, until we address the very systems that are governing us now, I don't feel that we have any business interfering in other countries unless it is a direct threat to national security. Now, I will make one point, and it is this. There are not many people that can say that a childhood friend of theirs has family currently in Iran. And I know that there are many people, especially some in this room, that have friends, family, and ties that may be over there. So my only hope that with this action, because at this point it's already happening, I'm hoping that those people, the civilians that have been targeted by the regime, I hope that they can find justice. I hope the people that have been missing family members for days, weeks, and months may be able to find peace after this, after we continually clean this mess as the world's police. Because unfortunately, with the current systems that we have in place, until we make major changes, we are constantly going to be in engagements because without the war machine, our economy does not work. So until we address our failures on US soil, unfortunately, for things to run effectively, as we know, we have to be in someone else's business because it's colonialism at its best. We know Venezuela, Iran have the highest concentrations of oil, number 1 and 2, right? But we're there. It's humanitarian efforts, freedom, liberty, justice.
It's the war on fentanyl. You didn't hear?
Well, can we start in Hampton Roads? Can we start in the community day centers in my district where there's people ODing because there's a bad batch going around where medics are having to perform CPR and Narcan the homeless? Can we start in our backyards and work our way up to these proposed risks here? Can we control our borders? Can we make them more safe? Can we account for the children that have come across unaccompanied that have now mysteriously disappeared with no paper trail? There's so much right now that it is so hard for the American public to focus on any one issue. And Iran's the hot topic right now, so let's do it. But let's not forget that until this just fell on our lap, they were telling us for the second or third time around, aliens exist. And by the way, all these people that were noted in the Epstein files weren't. So, but yeah. Congrats on your proposition today. Thank you so much for doing that. That was so brave.
Thank you.
It's very brave, especially in this arena, to stand up for what you believe in, especially when you know overall it may not be the popular opinion. So thank you.
All right. Next to you, Michael. Should U.S. military objectives focus solely on defense, not changing foreign governments?
Yes, quite easy. The Defense Department is to defend America. It doesn't have other jobs. It's to protect us. It's not to regime change. It's not to bomb children everywhere. Every country that has a vow, you don't need to attack. I know that's the present policy, but countries with vows doesn't mean you should be attacked.
Excellent.
All right. Next category. And let's go a little tighter on the answers if we can and get through a bunch of stuff. So I want to cover, we got all these problems in the world, so we got a lot to cover. So, all right, the next category is the war machine. Does the current conflict show defense contractors influence war decisions, Dave?
I don't remember the number I saw because I was in convention all day, but I glanced at something like hundreds and hundreds of sorties were run with this thing. This is the best thing that can happen for the defense industry with it. This is why we're constantly interfering in these other nations. This is why we're constantly at war. This is profit. If we think back even just 4 years ago, we were watching the president of Ukraine, initial missiles and bombs, American munitions that were going to be dropped to kill people in Europe, in a place for people who are not at war with us, with politicians supporting it. This has continued for far too long. I said it earlier, I won't go on. We as a people have got to demand an end to it.
All right. Hailey, should defense spending be reduced if it means shrinking global presence?
It's really hard answering this question because I know more than I probably should. Because I've had boots on ground in a foreign country at a proposed time of war when the media called it a training mission to swap off. Hence my 2 campaign stars. If done efficiently, and if we actually really took a look at these budgets, we look at these defense contractors that produce these parts for these many machines, training, like all of these components, right? But then at the end of the day, we can have drawbacks as legislators or as people providing oversight for these contracts. And that's what they need. We just need accountability and to say, what is being price fixed? Who is involved? Who's lining the pockets of others? And why are these prices so high? If we broke it down Barney style, down to like the raw cost, replacement costs. I mean, we can do that statistically. Worst case scenario, plug it into the chat GPT. I know some people hate that, but it'll maybe give you a different perspective on how easy it would be to make these solutions. We're expected to be a worldwide presence, and we are. If we're running these bases on a daily, we know what it takes. We know what the cost is. We've already started scaling back some of them. I mean, look at Fort Lee, look at Fort Eustis. We've had to make joint bases to make it make sense. And it's fine. It makes it more efficient. But I can tell you that at the base level, working at the Department of Veterans Affairs in Richmond, Virginia, I, for every bit of trying, couldn't get supplies for providers to learn and practice their skills on to work on disabled veterans. Yet they could order $85 market price backpacks for everyone in our department that no one asked for. So with that minimal story, take that, times it by 100,000. Think of every location and every poor decision being made to buy a backpack instead of what is absolutely necessary to ensure that the job is done correctly. So.
All right.
I talked too much.
You're good answer.
I'm not.
Yeah, great answers. You're going to hear from the chat, though. I saw somebody compare you to Scott Horton just a minute ago. So you're going to hear it a little bit. Just let it go. War's important, though, so I don't mind letting it go.
I mean, what are they saying? I mean, the worst is virus. I'm on Ozempic and I use filters.
No, just their number one thing is long answers. So but we're talking about war. It's important. So.
Well, I mean, yeah. People want details.
Yeah. All right. So, Michael, to you, is defense spending driven more by industry profit than national security?
Well, it's not really driven by national security, so it has to be something else. We don't get a lot of national security with it. We get national security by trade.
I agree. All right. Dave, back to you. The category is defend the guard and visit, bring our troops home to learn more about it. Dave, should Virginia's National Guard be barred from overseas deployment without a formal declaration of war?
100%. That was actually part of my campaign for House of Delegates last year. We should not allow our Guard members to be deployed without a formal declaration of war. And look, some of you already know out there, I'm chaplain, my VFW. I've had a couple of combat tours myself. I invest time in our post 9/11 kids that have come home because we didn't quite have that 25, 30 years ago. And these are young men and women who have signed up for their state. They have volunteered, and we are taking them from their homes, from their duties, and we're putting them overseas in wars that shouldn't exist in the first place. And it needs to end. So 100%.
All right. Hailey, to you. Should Congress be forced to vote before any Guard combat deployment?
Well, I think that there should be a vote. There should be a deep discussion, even if it has to be one that's expedited quite a bit, because if we're about to invest our assets, our security, our taxpayer dollars in a potential long-term conflict that's going to cost us tens, if not hundreds of millions, or as we like to say, billions of dollars. I think that the people should have a say in that. And if we don't have a meeting of Congress to approve it, how will they know what perspective their own constituents have and be able to make an informed decision? Now, when it comes to, even when it came to 9/11 and situations like that, as the people, we never really had a choice. We were just expected to rally amongst patriotism and believe in everything that we were told. We're doing this for the best of reasons. We're protecting our own. And then you live through it and you find out that maybe there were a few other narratives in play. You know what I'm talking
All
about.
right.
100%.
So,
Excellent. Michael, to you. Should Guard members have legal protection for refusing unconstitutional orders?
Yes. Yes, they should. They are to honor their oath. And following unconstitutional orders does not honor their oath.
Totally agree. All right, Dave, back to you. The category is Second Amendment rights. Should Virginia adopt constitutional carry permanently?
Yes. There should be nothing preventing any Virginian or any American for that right to be able to obtain a weapon. It just shouldn't exist. We already have too many restrictions in place. We have more floating in Richmond right now as we sit here and speak. And it needs to come to an end. But until people stand up, until they think about who they're voting, until Virginians quit voting against Trump or for Trump, and they start looking at the local level, the people that are going to impact their lives the most, we're going to constantly see all of our rights stripped from us one at a time.
Absolutely. Hailey, to you. Should red flag laws require a full jury trial before gun confiscation?
well, that is a complex question. And, normally people would just be like, yes or no. But the thing is working as a paralegal, these situations can be more complex. Like we have issues in Newport News due to county restrictions, municipality based on magazine bans, which they're trying to make, statewide. I don't think there should be any blanketed statement to it, but as an current FFL dealer, I do believe that anyone that qualifies should carry a firearm. But based on my boots on the ground experience, and it's not going to be the popular opinion, but I will say this, I'm very happy that the gentleman that tried to assault my coworker at the gun store last week didn't have access to a firearm. I, however, was happy to chase him out after, brutal assault. So it's complex. I know people that I deployed in the military with that came back, they refused to heal. They're doing a number of activities that are, very high risk. And I have seen people commit acts of violence when they're left unchecked. So I agree that access to people that qualify, that believe in gun safety, responsible gun ownership, playing by the rules. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the more restrictions we place on legal gun owners, the good guys doing the right thing. I mean, criminals aren't going to follow the letter of the law anyways. They're not.
Right.
So I believe that we should be smart with our decisions. I believe we should look at future implications. And I think that we need to take into consideration variables beyond just everyone needs to have a gun. Because as I've seen on a daily basis, if you can't read and understand the form for which to purchase a gun, I kind of question if you're competent enough to operate it responsibly. I think that's a reasonable thing.
Okay. Michael, to you. Should the state refuse to enforce new federal gun restrictions?
The state shouldn't enforce federal government restrictions. They're not a subcomponent of the federal government. They should have no duty to do that on new or old ones.
All right. Dave, back to you.
Dave, back to you. The category is local autonomy and decentralization. Should more power shift from Richmond back to the counties? Or from Richmond back to the counties, sorry.
Again, my campaign was pretty clear. I believe we should strip the first federal government of probably 90% of its power. And we need to take back power from Richmond and give it to the local communities. Now, what we do see in Richmond is we see a General Assembly that they do sometimes give power to the local communities. They give them additional power to tax us on everything from our lawnmowers over to new sales tax, over to new meals tax. It's tax, tax, tax. They'll give us the power to tax. They'll give us the power to take more money from us. But they won't give us the power to make decisions in our own community. Power should be at the community level. I believe in a libertarian community making decisions. We should only have the state dealing with things that are state issues with other states. We should have the federal there for defense and to handle trade between states and legal issues between states. We simply have too much power at the top and it needs to end. And again, local elections are where you make these decisions to bring your power back home, people.
Absolutely, well said. Hailey, to you. Should Virginia counties override state mandates they reject?
In what sense?
Any state mandate, like,
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, any state mandate that,
But
basically
should they
is,
just in general be able to just?
should they not only be able to, but should they actually do it? Whether they, just.
Well, I mean, as we've seen time and time again, if they do not agree with the decisions that are coming down, they generally challenge in court. And that's the due process of it all. They can argue, they can hold their community gatherings, rally against it. And that's the grassroots and activism. And we have our rights as constituents to do that. And I fully support people's right to peaceful protest to do that. And they should. We should have the full ability to disagree and to amend the laws that don't suit our areas, because every community is different. Although we are the same, you may see different variables here and there. We should be able to cater to what we're actually dealing with and not blanket standard.
okay.
All right, Michael, do you, should communities opt out of statewide regulations via referendum?
That's a great idea. Hopefully someone in Richmond passes a law so we can do that. Maybe we should get some good quality representatives in Richmond to allow that. Hopefully you can find someone like that.
Amen.
All right. All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. Let's jump in the chat. It is hopping. So let's check out what's going on here. I'm wearing 2 microphones. Could it have something to do with that? I think it's the voices in my head. You can actually hear through one of the microphones is really the problem there. Susan, are you here? No. Thank you, Michael, for the kick-ass shirt.
I've always wanted to meet you, so looking forward to this. Casey says, let's go. What's up, Casey?
Dave was gonna wear that shirt too, so I'm just gonna give some props.
They noticed. It's coming. Minus 1,000 for the Echo. Oof. It's live. Come on, give me some grace, Brent. 200 a day for demanding to end the preemptive war. 200 a day, love your shirt. There's a lot of shirt counts here. 100 a day for the silky smooth voice, hearing the audio echo, and I assume attracting forest animals like a Disney princess.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Scientific is one of one. It's really what he is. 100 points to the first person to answer a yes/no question with a yes or a no. I told you the chat was coming. Love the shirt, Michael. 200. 100 to Hailey for being the closest to the exit. Hashtag think tactically. Jen's here. What's up, Jen? 100 to Hailey.
Oh, damn it, I dropped my mic. Sorry.
Oh, we were acting stuff out.
Yeah, that wasn't real. That was wrong.
100 to Hailey just because.
Thank you.
200 for the sardonic answer, Hailey. 100 to Hailey for filibustering in the lightning round. Yeah,
It's practice.
Minus 100 to Hailey for border hawking. Minus 100 to Hailey for having the worst beard. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, who was that? No, go back, please. Who was that?
That was Scientific Libertarian. I'll give you his address after the show.
Who can go up to my hotel room right now? We're gonna go toe to toe on that one.
He's
Hey.
in Iowa. It's a
Thank
long
you.
walk from here.
Go ahead and babe, you know what to do. Stay tuned.
200 to Michael for defense only. 100 to Michael because he was to the point. Thanks, Amanda. Welcome. 100 to the Virginia designer that stole Bob Barker's carpet.
Alexander McQueen.
No, I think they're talking about the carpet.
The
You can
actual
see
The
it.
carpet, they can see a carpet behind us.
Oh,
100 to Bartley for guarding the thermostat. Hashtag dad vibes.
dad vibes.
100 to Hailey because I wanted her to take home the Kill Those or Lego set.
Is
There
it
you
real?
go.
Was that AI generated?
No, none of this is real. I'm the
No, but
government.
I'm just saying.
I'm the government. I promise stuff and I don't deliver on
So it's
any
not
of it.
real. It's not
it's
patented.
satire.
I
It's
can
literally-
sell it as merch on my campaign site.
There you go.
Thank you.
You
Done.
I sell a Kill Those shirt.
I'm gonna make.
All right, so 100 a day for drinking water this close to bedtime at his age. Very brave.
Trying to hang in there.
99.9 points to sum it up. Minus 100 to Hailey. I don't think we're supposed to be playing Empire. However, I too agree we need to return to sound money before we can just end all defense contracts and crash out our fiat mess. We'll allow Hailey her campaign mode. We support libertarian campaigns, even if they're long-winded. 200 points. 100 to Michael for our overseas presence erodes national security. 200 to Dave. Let's pass defend the guard. 100 to Hailey if she changes her last name to Bitcoin. 100 to Michael for being succinct. Thank you, Robert. Welcome. 100 to Dave, end gun restrictions. 100 to Dave and Michael for calling each other this morning to coordinate matching outfits.
Could have been worse.
Spoiler alert, they're identical cousins, is what it is. 200 vote local points to Dave, awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce.
He just wanted me to say awesome sauce. That's just terrible. 100 to Hailey for recognizing the nuance in every question. 100 to Dave to make him take home the Trump nativity set. Yeah, that'd be awesome. You take that piece of crap off my hands. Minus 100 to Hailey for recognizing. Minus 200 to Hailey for gun control.
It's not gun control.
It sounded very gun control.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry that I've been a victim of domestic violence, and I think my ex-husband who assaulted me and choked me out and roughed me up, I don't think he should have a gun.
I'm originally from Chicago, and I know for a fact all criminals follow every law. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think
We need more laws.
protect women and children. Not sorry about it. Not
Minus 67 to Hailey for having a Fiat last name.
Fiat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiat.
It's Italian.
That sounds Italian.
You lost 200 for we don't believe in forms to ask permission. 100 to Hailey for collecting the most infinity stones. I must have missed that.
Oh,
100 for short and sweet from Michael. Yeah, I think Michael's going to win some fans for the short answer. 200 to Michael for no state enforcement of illegal federal gun laws. 100 to Michael for state rights. 200 to Dave. Power should be at the community level. That's Jake Dave from the If by Whiskey podcast. Awesome dude. 100 to Dave for the best hair. 100 to Dave for being against taxes. I'm glad somebody finally said it. 100 to Dave for trying to match Hailey's energy with the longest answer. 50 points to Michael. Hell yeah, Brett, perfect description. 200 to Michael for the shirt and the sarcasm. 100 to Michael for the singers. 100 to Michael. 50 to Michael. 100 to Michael, straightforward answers. His positions are clear. Points to Hailey. Points to Michael. Let's get some libertarians and Richmond. Points to me for harsh reality. Yeah, I live there. Minus 32 to Dave for having a flag growing out of his head. And 100 to Hailey for the musical theater.
You're welcome.
That was a lot. So let me jump into the scoreboard here, and
Can I get my points back now, please?
I'm going to go ahead and say shorter answer, but that's
That was the short answer.
that's a little insider info for it. All right. Let's check it out. Michael with the short answers in the lead, 2250. Dave just behind, 2068, and Hailey with 600 points. So, all right, let's jump back into it here.
God.
To you, Dave, the category is medical autonomy, and this is brought to us by the Virginia Medical Freedom Alliance. Thank you again for sponsoring the convention. And Dave, the question is, did I say the category is medical autonomy? The question is, should the government ever mandate a vaccine for adults?
I'm one of those people that believes the government shouldn't mandate vaccines for anyone, but for adults especially not. We should be able to make our own decisions.
All right. Hailey, to you. Should parents have the right to refuse childhood vaccine requirements?
Do you want the libertarian perspective or the healthcare private? Okay.
The good answer. Just give me the
I know it's the good answer, but I have like 3 degrees in this. So as parents, you should have the choice to do what you want. Just be aware of the risks of certain things. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Your choice, parental choice, proceed accordingly.
All right. Michael, to you. Should medical records be protected from sharing without explicit consent?
yes. Yes, they should.
Excellent. All right. Dave, back to you. The category is drug decriminalization. This is brought to us by our friends at Zoom Beyond Truth. That's zoomtrip.com.
I'm so excited about that one.
What was it?
Dave, can I just do the damn question? It's been a long
Yes,
day.
sir.
All right, Dave. So, should Virginia fully decriminalize possession of all drugs?
My answer hasn't changed. Yes.
All right. We got to it quickly there. All right, Hailey, to you. Should nonviolent drug offenses stop resulting in jail time?
I don't know. Am I going to get shushed again if I answer?
Who shushed you?
I don't know. I can hear it on the audience.
I don't know. That might have just
One
been
out, I'll
a
pick
stiff wind or something.
Okay, so what was the question again? Can we repeat it?
The question is, should nonviolent drug offenses stop resulting in jail time?
Non-violent? Yeah, of course. Like if there's nothing happening, why not? Those are like the exciting crimes, right? That there's no victims of. Like, oh no, someone fell asleep in the Quiznos. They ate 50 bags of chips. Oh God, how will we ever financially recover in this economy?
Ordered too much crap off the internet. I got you. All right, Michael, to you. Should federal drug laws be ignored if they conflict with state policy?
Federal drug laws should not exist. There's no reason for that to happen. Not really state laws either. No victim, no crime.
I agree. All right. Dave, back to you. The category is federal overreach. Should Virginia refuse enforcement of federal regulations it deems unconstitutional?
Communities, individuals, and the state should refuse enforcement of things we consider unconstitutional.
All right. Hailey, to you.
Should federal agencies need explicit congressional approval for major new rules?
Yes, they should. If we're doing anything major and it can impact people's lives, I mean, look at what's happening in Minneapolis, in Los Angeles, and Texas, all over the country. We can agree with being more amicable towards legal immigration and what that looks like, but at the end of the day, we are the people in these communities that are going to be affected by the disruptions that are caused by operations, whether they're organized or not. So at the end of the day, we deserve a say. We do. It's our land, it's our house, it's our property, it's our community. Let's go.
All right. Michael, to you. Should executive agencies be barred from creating criminal penalties?
Yes, they should. Except maybe we should have criminal penalties for them creating criminal penalties.
Amen. Amen.
Ooh, that's some 4D chess right there. I like that. All right. Dave, back to you. The category is ballot access. Should independent candidates face the same ballot rules as major parties?
I would love to have the same ballot rules as major parties, especially here in Virginia. In fact, I get people sometimes who are like, Dave, I want to vote for you. How come we don't have libertarians? We don't have libertarians because of ballot access, because of the signature requirements, because of major party status. I could go on here for the next hour and actually get Hailey some points back, but reality is, I hope we could have the same. I think the playing field needs to be leveled not only in Virginia, but across the nation.
This isn't pro basketball, no tanking. Okay, just play the lightning round. All right, Hailey, to you. Should signature requirements be cut in half?
I mean, it would make my life a lot easier. It would make it a lot easier, but you know what? Sure, let's say it, but you know what, at the end of the day, it gives me an opportunity to meet my constituents. I got to meet a gentleman wearing nothing but a trash bag last year.
Oh, cool.
It was life-changing.
I apologize.
You're forgiven,
That literally could be any of us, right?
all of you. And by the end of the night, that's how y'all are shaping up.
All right, Michael, to you. Should Virginia move to ranked choice voting statewide?
Absolutely, and I'm proud to get our mayor on the record that he wants ranked choice voting in Newport News.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Excellent. All right. Dave, to you, the category is housing affordability. Should eminent domain be restricted further?
I don't believe in eminent domain, so it's not even a question to me with it. I don't believe the government should be able to come in and take your home. I mean, there was a point where with roads, we got to build a road, we got to do this. Reality is now we're seeing it done to balance communities and certain types of housing. It's being used as stream and it needs to stop. I don't believe in eminent domain to begin with.
Awesome. All right. Hailey, to you. Should zoning laws be relaxed statewide to increase supply?
Supply of what?
Housing.
Like what kind of housing? Because if it's the fair, luxury, affordable housing that they're currently pushing on the market, that's a pipe dream. We should focus on our current infrastructure that's crumbling. And if you need an example of that, go drive out in the aqueduct in Newport News. I strongly suggest it, but not for the non-brave of heart.
All right. Michael, to you. Should property taxes be capped for primary residences?
Why limit it to primary residences?
Yeah.
Property, we should only tax your acreage, not your property.
Okay.
There's no reason to keep raising property taxes.
All right. Dave, back to you. Oh, no, enter your scores. We hit a score break. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. John Thomas is here. Welcome. 100 to Hailey for the mustache.
So you got it back.
You didn't notice.
100, another 100 to Hailey for the mustache of mysterious origins. Oh, yeah, I missed that at all. 100 to Hailey for parental choice. 100 to Hailey for making my job harder. That's 100%. She's killing
Who
it.
is that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're making my job harder, yeah. 200, no victim, no crime points.
200 to Hailey for not jailing someone for falling asleep at a Quiznos. 100 points to all for the great answers on drugs. For the record, they weren't on drugs during the answers. The topic was drugs.
That's an assumption. Stop telling me how to live my life. That shiny shirt.
Yeah.
He's like he's transcending space and time in that shirt right now, and I'm expected to give you people straight answers. Here we are. It's 2026.
100 to Michael, no victim, no crime. 100 to Hailey for mentioning Quiznos. I think we have a new sponsor. Are there still even Quiznos?
That's what I hope for. And for Quiznos, we also have Skinny Pop.
There we go. Oh, so close to a short answer, so close. 135 to Hailey. 200 to Hailey, keep ice out of our communities. 100 to Michael for the saucy treatment of administrative procedures. 200 to Dave for ballot access. 200 to Dave, level the playing field. 100 to Hailey for meeting Free's ex-wife.
Who?
Really?
Who's ex-wife?
Me.
I met your ex-wife.
I have no idea what's going on. The chat's kind of like their own, the Wild West. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the trash bag answer. That
Oh,
makes sense.
now I got it. Now I got it. That might be true.
That makes sense.
100 to Hailey for protecting signatures in hopes to meeting another person in a trash bag. 100 to Mike from the mayor. Welcome, Amanda.
Mayor. Was that the mayor?
No, it's Vanessa.
Oh, I thought it was actually Mayor
That'd have been cool.
Philip.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish he would watch.
Might be.
Ryan looks up minus 1,000 to everyone because nuclear winter this season. 100 to Dave for being so for the eminent domain answer.
Yes.
100 to Michael for ranked choice voting. 200 to Dave, no eminent domain. 200 to Dave to hell with eminent domain. Minus 101 to Hailey for the Dalmatians.
You know what? that comment is very homophobic, and I am so offended. You know what? Unless you have Dalmatians, you're not allowed to talk. But you know what? I'll find out soon. I hope you have dogs.
100 to Dave, 100 to Hailey for driving in aqueducts. I'm both confused and intrigued.
That's where I did my door knocking. It was so fun. They don't have doorbells. They'll answer the door and they'll talk to you once they figure out you're not the police and you want to help. More
100
people
points.
should do it.
100 points to all the politicians on drugs. All right. That was a lot. And let's see
So
where
we're
we're at
actually
here.
that one out.
Yeah.
And Dave in the lead now, 3,068, 18 points ahead of Michael. And Hailey's catching up 21-34. I think she's getting the hang of it. She might make a run here.
I'm
We'll
not
see.
here to win. I'm
Or
just.
she might tackle me. I think this could go really either way.
Do you
Might be
want
the
me
first.
to?
It might be the first drop kick in. Are you smart as a politician?
That costs extra than the booking fee. How much are y'all paying me for this? I'm not getting paid for this.
Oh, there will be some bids in the chat. All right, Dave, back to you. This category is sponsored by Santa. We appreciate them sponsoring the show. The category is cashless society and financial privacy. Should businesses be required to accept cash?
I think it should be the business decision what they want to accept. Let the free market take its course. If the business doesn't want to take cash, if they're successful, good for them. If they're not, they'll go out of business. It's a pretty simple question. Let the free market decide. Let the individual decide.
All right. Hailey, should the federal government be barred from creating a central bank digital currency?
I mean, haven't they already?
Not technically.
I mean, but like they have. It's a thing. Even if it's not like a thing yet. Like they haven't started promoting it online and like pushing it. Like invest this in your children's future. Do it now. It's smart. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're already there. So I mean, even if we haven't had the launch party with the shitty barbecue yet, and the WWC FT2P wrestling tournament at the front yard. You know, it's a thing. Like, but hey, do what you want. Make good choices.
All right. Michael, should the government need a warrant to freeze digital assets?
Of course. Probably you should actually get a jury to go confiscate it if you showed a crime. Now, civil asset forfeiture, they shouldn't even be able to get it with a warrant.
Wait, the jury has to go get the warrant?
If it's a crime. Actually, that'd be fun.
That'd
Make
be
the jury
pretty
actually
Make the
do it.
jury-
Yeah, like as a group, like
Sounds
field
guilty.
trip.
Y'all getting on the bus, we're going.
Put them in the Mercedes van. We're going to town. Like that would be an adventure. I feel
The
like
aqueducts.
more people would sign up for jury duty. And this is why libertarians, this is why they don't want to talk to us, because we come up with real common sense solutions. We're getting the jury duty involved. They're going to get in this shit. They're
They,
gonna
they
be-
all pile into the mystery machine and they take off and solve the crime. There we go.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
All right. Dave, to you, the category is financial sovereignty. Should Americans be free to use gold, crypto, or anything else as money without interference?
Yes. I think we all know that's my answer.
All right. I will allow it. Hailey, you, should banks be banned from freezing accounts without a court order?
USAA, you've done that to me for the last 3 months. So yes, banks should have to, I mean, like, honestly, no, don't touch my money. I don't want it touched, which is why I'm moving to decentralized, all of that. Let's go. No, I don't want them touching my money. I don't want them putting irrational fees that I didn't sign up for and sending me letters here and there. Oh, hi.
All right. Michael, to you. Should the government be barred from tracking purchases without probable cause?
Yes, yes, they should. And they shouldn't track purchases at all.
All right. Dave, to you, the category is economic stability and inflation. Is inflation primarily caused by federal monetary policy?
Inflation is 100% caused by federal monetary policy. Inflation is a way for them to tax us further, and inflation is a way to bring down the federal debt so that everybody can make money except us at the local level with it. Inflation in itself is a tax, an intentional tax.
Yep. Agreed. All right, Hailey, to you, should the Federal Reserve be audited annually and publicly?
Quarterly and publicly. Quarterly, if not more. I mean, why can't we? We have how many updated systems that track all of it, allegedly? Track it constantly. Why, if we can track the prices of precious metals after the crash that Goldman Sachs just caused, why can't we track what our government is currently doing? If I can get an updated price by going boop, 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 boom, to the second, to the minute, why can't I get updates in real time of what our federal government is doing?
Absolutely.
Why not? At least hire a couple college students that have some wits about them to run the Twitter. A PR manager, perhaps.
They're big balls to do it. All right, Michael, to you. Should federal spending cuts take priority over stimulus during downturns?
I would say no, because there should be only cuts. It shouldn't be a priority. It should be you cut spending. That's how that works.
Excellent. I like it. Dave, to you, the category is taxation. Is Virginia overtaxed compared to the services it receives?
Virginia's taxing us. I don't think Virginia's overtaxed. Virginia overtaxes the population here with it. The services we receive, I mean, I wish our tax dollars were going to that because we could cut things by about 80% tomorrow. So yeah, Virginia overtaxes us. I wouldn't say Virginia, anybody's taxing them.
Haven't you known me long enough to know that I don't write with that level of sophistication? All right.
Helping you out.
Appreciate you.
Love it.
Hailey, to you. Should income tax be replaced with a flat tax?
I believe taxation is theft, and I think when it comes to anything like that, we should only be taxed once. And that those taxes that are inevitably collected from us, because we need something to repair the roads and to maintain our infrastructure correct and to maintain public programs, even though we're not a huge fan of it. However, when used appropriately, conservatively, and with a solid plan where we know where everything is going and for why, there's proposed success rates and follow-ups, I think we can make a beautiful thing. But I don't want my money going to a bunch of foreign wars and BS that Has nothing to do with my community and nothing to do with us.
All right.
Also, is there going to be an intermission in this at any given point?
We can, I mean, if you need to run for a second, I could just skip you for a question, but.
Well, just hold on to it. Just pretend I said next question aggressively and
I'll answer. Can I get the mustache?
yes, here.
Okay.
No,
There we go.
it's not very sticky. Here we
I
go.
got it.
Oh.
I already got a mustache.
Oh, boy. It's getting crazy here. It's getting wild.
I'll be right back.
All right.
There's nothing wrong with having a
Can we
unibrow.
turn my mic
Not
off?
shattered.
I don't
Like,
Yeah, we
want-
don't,
We want to
yeah,
hear.
we don't want to do a naked gun moment here. We do not want a naked gun moment.
You don't have anybody manning the booth. Okay.
Man in the booth.
All right. What the hell were we even doing? I can't remember. Shockingly, I've lost control yet again.
Libertarian.
Yeah, I've lost control again. All right. All right. Michael, you. Should the IRS be banned from garnishing wages without a court hearing?
yes, the IRS should be banned.
Amen.
I don't know if you had any more questions. I didn't get what I
Jackson.
I like it. All right. Dave, back to you. Category is new tax laws in Virginia.
No.
Should Virginia? No, don't stop. I can reach you from here. All right. Should Virginia cut income taxes even if it means cutting state programs?
Oh, I called that one wrong. I don't want any new taxes, but yes, we should cut income taxes.
See, how dare you underestimate me?
I did.
I try to put one no question in there or one yes question in there every once in a while. So, all right. Michael, you, should local governments be blocked from creating new local taxes without voter approval?
Yes, they should. And they should lower the taxes that they do have.
All right. Dave, back to you. Let's just skip this. All right, Dave, back to you. Category is tariffs. Are tariffs just taxes on American consumers?
Yes, they are. It's going to drive up the prices for what we're consuming with it.
All right. Michael, to you. Should the president lose unilateral tariff power?
No, because he doesn't have it. The Supreme Court just said he didn't have it. I don't know why people keep saying that. Maybe we should charge him the money, the $100 billion he has to pay back to Americans. He'll stop doing it if you do that.
All right. Dave, back to you. Category is redistricting. Should partisan gerrymandering be banned?
There's the yes answer with it. Partisan gerrymandering should be banned with it. Look, we're getting back, and this is one of the points where I wanted the short answer. In Virginia here, we're looking at that right now, and we're getting back to, we got to do this to defend us from Trump. We got to stop Trump. You know, I think we should stop Trump, but I don't think the way to do that is give up even more of our liberties, give up even more of our say in government. People in Virginia, we have got to come back to the reality that we have got to protect what little bit we have left, as they say, in government.
All right. Hailey, to you. Should voters have final approval over new district maps?
Absolutely. And right now they're not given the option. That's why it's hard to answer the question of yes or no, because at the end of the day, it should be based off of what the voters propose. And as we're seeing right now, we're seeing a lot of commercials that say vote yes, because we don't want politicians to decide the maps. And yet we're already seeing news articles everywhere saying these maps have already been decided. At what point did the people have a choice?
Yep.
Did you get to propose? Did you?
Yep.
Did I? Did anyone in this room?
Nope.
And the sparkly shirt, perhaps, our gorgeous nose.
I'm a Florida guy. I had no say in it.
So the answer is no.
We're
Did y'all like
occupied
that simple
territory as
answer?
well. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
occupied territory. Michael, to you. Should independent commissions be required to operate in full public view?
Yes, they should. And they also shouldn't just be filibustered and ignored like what happened last time. They should form their districts based on mathematical models, which should be set up ahead of time. And they could be audited ahead of time, and then you just put the census information in. It's already there.
Excellent. All right, Dave, back to you. Category is criminal justice reform. Should qualified immunity for police be ended?
Yes. I would have officers and I would have law enforcement agencies pick up insurance just like we do in our lives. And if you're creating a problem, you're harming people, your rates go up, I think we're gonna get rid of you. So yes, it should be.
By the way, that insurance does exist. FOP offers great options for that during service and following. And if you have questions about that, you can DM me. I'll give you a great resource.
That makes my yes even harder. Thank you.
All right. Haley, to you. Should
Yes.
Virginia should, oh
Hi.
boy. Should Virginia reduce mandatory minimum sentences?
For what?
Mandatory minimums.
Okay, well, like, but what are we talking about though? I hate blanket laws and like, are we talking about mandatory minimums for like violent criminals, for rapists, for people touching children, putting them on jets, taking them to islands? What are we talking about? Because I'm all about decreasing the minimums for like victimless crimes, kind of like how we talked about the drugs earlier, you know? So I'm not about reducing it as a blanketed statement when there's very, very bad men, women, thems, you know, out there. And I want those people held accountable.
Okay.
I want them held accountable. So you haven't answered my question. In what sense?
That was you answered
No,
it.
I know, but like literally, can we be specific?
It's-
I forgot. It's part of the game.
Yeah, it's a game show. It's just a game show.
Depends
all right.
on the situation.
All right, Michael, to you. Should body cam footage be publicly released by default?
Yes, unless there's some embarrassing information that the other people don't want. If you go into someone's house and they're doing whatever, maybe you don't have that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, by
Right.
default, unless there's some other privacy reason, you know, I don't want to know what, especially libertarians do in their house. But
If they can redact the files, they can redact the police camera footage.
I want to know what's going on with the garbage bag guy.
The what?
I literally,
Garbage
I
man?
need to know what's
I
going on
have
with
his
the garbage bag guy.
address still. He slammed the
Just-
door in my face
Yeah.
and said, "No, thank you."
Yeah,
Life in the aqueducts.
yeah, we got to run.
That wasn't in the
aqueduct.
aqueduct. That was in like deeper Newport News next to the Carrabba's. You know where I'm talking about.
All right, Dave, to you. The category is ICE operations in sovereign cities. Should Virginia cities be allowed to refuse cooperation with ICE?
You know, I do not, I think that law enforcement agencies should communicate with ICE. I don't think they should be assisting and providing information. And I think we need to get ICE we need to eliminate ICE as an organization. We need to go back to a Custom and Border Patrol that actually patrols our border and actually monitors our airport, not on the street doing no-knock raids and chasing people down in the backyard.
All right, Haley, to you. Should federal immigration enforcement be limited to violent offenders?
Violent offenders. Are these the same ones we're trying to reduce sentences for?
No, immigration support.
I know, but it's, you know, whatever. Apples and oranges got it. I believe in the process of due process and legal immigration. It is something to be earned. Citizenship is to be earned. And anyone that's ever had to earn it and go through the hoops, and I mean, look at the $1 million you can pay just to buy in. It's meant to be earned. But for those that are here illegally, whether it's because of an expired visa or some bureaucratic BS, because we know it exists, anyone that's violent, they shouldn't be pardoned. Would they do the same for us? If we are not held to the same standard as those that are coming here illegally, then we'll have chaos. I think we have enough violent men in our nation. Statistically, it shows. Why bring war? Men used to go to war and die. They'd write letters. It was beautiful and tragic. They don't do that anymore. Well, maybe now with Iran. We'll see. We'll see.
All right,
There's hope.
Michael, to you. Should due process protections apply equally to non-citizens?
yes, it doesn't say anywhere in the Constitution whether you have to be a citizen or not to have rights. You have rights because you breathe.
I agree, man. All right.
But the
Dave, to you,
economy.
the category is protection of constitutional rights. Are free speech rights weaker today than they were 10 years ago?
Oh, yes, they are. We have a larger way to get our message out through social media, through various channels with it, and we're seeing a lot of control exercised, especially with AI and algorithms and the different channels with it to suppress what the government or corporations wants to suppress and to raise what they want raised with it. Look, I may hate what you're saying, I may despise what you're saying, I may not like what you're saying, but I will die for your right to say it.
Absolutely. Wouldn't it be funny if in post I just edited all that out and just put the thing over your mouth? That'd be good. All right. Hailey, to you.
Unibrow.
Should
Only I
citizens
get the
be able to sue officials personally for rights violations?
Don't they already? In civil, are we talking about criminal cases or civil?
No, they
Like,
can't
you should
because
just
of
have the
qualified.
right?
They can't because of qualified
immunity.
immunity.
So the easy answer would be yes, because like, yeah, let's go for it, let's do it. But in the long run, the problem, and knowing about what I know in litigation, is that it would end up, if we didn't have a good plan for that, it would overburden the legal system, and then everybody that's sitting here waiting on custody court, criminal court, a DUI, whatever it is we're waiting on, it's gonna take even longer. Imagine how long it takes things to go up through the Supreme Court. If you can get sued without set stipulations for any little thing, I mean, it's right. If somebody wrongs you, there's plenty of that in the media today of people that have been wronged. They deserve justice. I think so, but we should make some stipulations when it comes to what that's going to look like. So that way it won't end up costing the taxpayers more long-term and undue and unnecessary litigation. Lawyers are expensive. Most of us know. If you know, you know.
All right. All right. Michael, to you. Should public safety ever override the Bill of Rights?
No, it should not. Those who want to give up a little bit of safety just for some security, they don't deserve either.
And we all just lost. 1,000 points to that guy, 2,000 points. Give him the crown. He's Miss America.
All right. Speaking of which, last three questions of the night. To you first, Dave. Category is protection of individual liberty. Should adults be free to take risks without government permission?
Absolutely. You should be able to control your own life, your own choices with it. We don't need the government to box us in and tell us what we could do. You're an adult. Make your own decisions and demand the right to make your own decisions. We got to demand our rights.
All right. Hailey, to you.
Next question.
I got you. Should Virginia reduce victimless crime laws even if some voters need it?
I mean, how many voters hate it? How many people have called me about it? How many people have DM'd me about it? How many people have sent me memes about it? How many people are passionate about it? Once again, a blanket statement. It depends on my constituents and what they truly want, and I actually care. It doesn't matter what background you're from, whether you're in the aqueduct or out living on the water with your oyster roast, Bobby Scott. I want to know what my constituents actually want. So if that's what they want, then let's go. If it's feasible, if it works, make it make sense. And if it does, then let's do it.
I'm anti-mob rule, but I'm just, yeah. I understand what you're saying. though. That's cool. That's cool.
I
get what you're
appreciate your
saying.
choices.
I get what you're saying.
I respect your individual liberties.
Oh.
It's
That's how we ended up
And
with the host of the
sparkles.
Apprentice as president. But, you know, I'm just saying. All right.
But it
Michael, to you.
happened.
Michael, to
did
you.
too.
Last question of the night. Should the state stop licensing jobs that don't involve real safety risk?
You can refer to my campaign literature on this. And yes, that's almost exactly how that is. No health and safety, no regulation, end statement.
Love it. Great answer. All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. Let's jump in one last time. Tell us what you thought of the show. Tell us who you think won. We've got
100 to Hailey for rocking a vintage Alexander M.
Who knew that?
That was
What did you Google it? I'm scaring you.
the 100 to Hailey for legitimately scaring me. That was Brent. 200 to Dave for free market. Points to Michael for the pithy replies. Points to Hailey for the CBDC answer. Points to Hailey for knowing we already have a digital currency. Points to Michael, get a warrant.
Yeah. Get a
Points-
warrant.
Points to Hailey for mentioning the launch party with a shitty barbecue while Dave's right there. Hashtag awkward. Points to Hailey for understanding the money's already digital. Chris says Lady Gaga is going to make Hailey pay her royalties for being her doppelganger. Points to Hailey for singing the theme from Little Einsteins. Points to Hailey for Little Einsteins. Points for Lady Gaga. Points to Hailey for the Little Einsteins. Points to Hailey to even out the score. Points to Michael. Points to Dave. Points to Hailey on the Fed. Points to Hailey for the quarterly audit of the Fed. Oh, you're so distracting. I'm terrible at reading this stuff, and I'm watching you like over and over. Points to Dave for knowing the difference between people and the state. Points to Hailey, taxation is theft. Points to Hailey. Points to Hailey, Boston Tea Party all over again. Minus to Hailey for saying taxation is theft, but then saying we need theft. Points to me for losing control. I never had control. It wasn't mine to lose. Points to Mikey, badass answer. Points to Michael, ban the IRS. Points to me for the vague reference to airplane. Points to me for Michael for banning the IRS. Points to Mike, screw the IRS. Points to Dave for understanding tariffs. 44 to Hailey for the only 0-word answer.
That's an oddly specific number.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, because he doesn't have it. 200 FU points to Michael. No gerrymandering. Points to Hailey. Points to Hailey for talking about maps that people did not approve. Points for the wood chipper. Oh, there we go. Good spicy. Points to Hailey for having opinions that definitely don't fit into 30-second answers under any circumstances. Points to all for research on successful drug policy shows that treatment should be increased, law enforcement decreased while abolishing mandatory minimum sentences. Pretty much like the whole show we encapsulated in one answer.
You're welcome.
Points to Hailey for letting Free know what it sounds like at the hair salon. He's never experienced that. You got me and Hailey at the same time. Though. Like that, there's some friendly part of that. Points to Dave for being anti-surveillance in front of the strange wall Alexa.
Who's the strange wall, Alexa?
It's that little glowing thing on the wall right there. Demands our rights. Points to Hailey for letting the guy that's been divorced 90 times know that lawyers are expensive.
$2.50 an hour is a paralegal in Newport News. You know how much I got out of that? $18.50.
Points to Hailey for the jab at Bobby Scott. No license. Points to Michael. Points to Hailey for the defense. And points to Hailey for asking for memes. All right, let's jump in and see what the final score is here. Oh, we have a little drama at the end here. Michael, the winner tonight, 44.50. Dave, 41.68. Hailey, just fine, 4,061. Hailey, you came in third place.
Can we do a
What did you think tonight?
tiebreaker? I guarantee it's one of my digs. If any of these guys can do a cartwheel, we should make this a make or break thing. Can you do
Well,
it?
I'm out.
Yep. I fucking win. Excuse me.
Congrats.
You're welcome.
All right, what'd you think of the show?
I'll take a mustache.
What'd you think of the show? We're still on. We're literally
We're still on. We're
Yeah.
still here
Yeah,
after
still
all
on.
this time.
Do you want to plug anything?
What?
Are you?
Plug anything?
Look
Are
at
you-
you thing.
Like an iPad? No, I'm just kidding. So it's $1 for VA. We're having so much fun here. Like we have fun here. That's the joy about the Libertarian Party. We may not agree on everything 100%, but obviously we're having fun. I'm loving this commentary and these comments. Like, I mean, come on, the world is burning. Why not laugh about it a little bit? Otherwise, we're definitely.
Thank
My
you.
$1 for VA.
Yeah, dollarforva.com.
Bartleyshirt.com.org. 20% off coupon code if you donate
I'd like to
$20
make a
to my
plug, too.
campaign.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Dave, another second place finish. What do you think, bud?
Always bridesmaid, never the bride, but
Wait, when's the swimsuit portion? I was the pool's closed at the Best Western Plus, but I was promised a swimsuit portion of this. Were you prepared?
I was, but be glad you didn't have to see it. No, I had a great time again. What was that? What was that campaign site again?
Dollar for VA.
Dollar for VA.
Yeah.
Let's please take care of our candidates. This is not just local, national. It takes a village. So please give our site a look, sign up. We need people to help with signatures. They don't have to be in our district. And we do need money to help our people get across the
Can you
line.
explain that real quick about not needing signatures within district? Because there have been some changes that have been made recently.
I don't want to tie it up in the loose points in advance of my next show.
Quickly.
Okay, back to you, sir.
Yeah.
And you can follow Dave on X. He is Dave Crance. If you want to get involved with LP Nova, they're lpnova.org and on X at LP Nova. Appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you subscribing and helping making the show happen. You're an awesome guy, and thanks for having us up here.
Help us fight the battle in Nova. Check the site and get in touch with us. We got a lot to do.
Absolutely. And Michael, first time on the show and you win. What do you think, man?
I think it's because like we need to have a unified Libertarian Party. I got the unified eyebrow, so that all helped out. And I think speaking of unification, we need to get more candidates so we can have more people up here. If you're in Virginia, talk to Jen.
Yep.
Got lots of places you can run for, and if you're not, go talk to whatever state chair you have.
Yep.
I don't know all their names. I'm not going to go through the list.
All right, and you can follow Michael on Facebook. Have you seen my mom on Facebook, by the way? I'm joking. That's an ongoing joke with the show, but he's on Facebook, Michael D. Bartley, and he still has his campaign website, votebartley.com. Congratulations on the big one tonight. Thanks for joining us. And just real quick, if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, please share this out and get it out to as many people as possible. We're over 2,300 live viewers. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate everybody in the chat making this fun. And you can follow me on X. I am Smarter Game Show. Terry is Bats T76. The lovely Amity's Amity League 13. And the less lovely Casey is American versus Gov. And remember, next Friday, we're doing the big fundraiser for You Are the Power. That is 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's a 3-hour extravaganza. Come see all of these amazing people. And we're going to release a couple more names this week. So it'll be a lot of fun for an amazing organization run by the great Spike Cohen. And thank you again to Xano. Your privacy matters. Choose Xano, the leading blockchain platform that prioritizes confidentiality and security. And if you're new to the space, intro.xano.org. And also thank you again to the Virginia Medical Freedom Alliance for sponsoring the convention, as well as Ducks out of Richmond. And you can get our swag at freedomsuperstore.com. And again, thank you to Robbie and for everybody here for having us. We really appreciate it. We had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Everybody else, you can get us Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be back to the normal show.